Hey, it's SquarePeg. SquarePeg Square Reviews. You've probably seen me from my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. A lot of people talk that you have to have a huge budget to outfit yourself for the Appalachian Trail, and that's just not true. You can be very frugal on an Appalachian Trail thru-hike. I've hiked the Appalachian Trail 2.5 times and been on a budget each and every time. So I know you can do it on a budget. I will show you some of the clothing options that I have done and the places that I have gotten them from, just to give you an idea of some of the stuff that works for me. You'll be able to find out maybe some different gear or similar gear that will work for you on a budget as well. Maybe you even have some ideas of your own that you've used and works well for you on the trail. Share that. Okay, we're going to start out here with base layer. We're going to start at the foundation. I actually go to REI, and yes, I buy used footwear. You can get stuff that looks brand new, maybe tried out once or twice, for up to like 60-70% off. I mean, stuff that looks very good. That I've had for a while. Instead of paying $60 or $70 for a pair of insoles, I spent about $20 for soft soles. These have gel and memory foam, and they last about 500 miles for a $20 pair of insoles that suck up so much of the impact that hits your feet and knees, and it helps your back as well. I use maximum arch supports to help my feet in order to compensate for the weight I carry on my back. I love Keen's hiking boots. They have these toe guards here. One, it acts like a shield against your toes when you accidentally kick rocks and stuff. And most shoes, in hiking footwear, when they fail, it's because the soles peel apart from down here and the soles fall off. These prevent that from happening, so they last much longer. My last pair on the Appalachian Trail lasted 750 miles until they just wore the soles almost flat and I couldn't have any traction anymore, so I had to replace them. Okay, these are Raging Water river shoes from Redhead. I just bought these for about 20 bucks, and they weigh like 6 ounces for a pair. I mean, they'll be great for my sandals. I use them for fording rivers, for camp shoes, and for short periods of time if my primary footwear falls apart catastrophically. I found these compression socks, Miracle Copper, at Walmart. They were like 2 pairs for 10 bucks. They were so important to me. When I sprained my ankle on my thru-hike this year, I had to hike for several miles on my sprained ankle to get to the Mohican Outdoor Center, and having the compression sock kept the swelling down until I was able to go there, lay down, and take the socks off, after which my ankle swelled up. So they've lasted remarkably well. I mean, I rinsed them out. I wring them out on branches and then hang them up for the night, so they take a substantial amount of abuse and they still hang in there pretty good. Of course, I have some fun socks just for camp, wearing around camp at night, to keep my feet warm. Carry a couple of bandanas. Bandanas is the one thing that you really want to wear besides your brim hat that you want made out of cotton or synthetic materials. You want them to be able to wick away moisture and sweat, and I use that on my head as headwear in the shade, to keep the sweat away, and I hang one on my pack on my shoulder strap as to mop the sweat off me. So that's why I always keep a couple of bandanas. In the wintertime, I use thermal underwear, basically for camp. I don't really use it out on the trail because I generate a lot of heat when I'm walking, so I don't usually use these unless it's extremely cold. Like, I've never used the pants when it's been extremely cold. I've just used the top a time or two. But for camp clothing at night when you sleep, a pair of thermals is amazing. These, Russell and Athletic Works, they were only like $11 a piece at Walmart. I've had great success with Russell products, shirts, underwear, socks, and they're very affordable, and they've lasted just as long as Under Armour for me. Like these Cool Force underwear, they're great base layer, and they wick away moisture, they keep you dry, and the elastic waistbands on them are incredible. Think about this, I weighed 240 pounds when I started my thru-hike, and by the time I finish I weigh 180 pounds, and the elastic bands are still holding strong after all that, even after being wrung out around trees to get the water out after I rinsed them off. And they're like, I think it was like $10 for a pack of 2 of them, so very affordable. Russell shirts these are Cool Force shirts, so they keep you cool. They're like a great base layer. They'll wick away moisture and heat, and they're ventilated. Like, this is like a mesh fabric here, and you can pretty much see through it, and it just works very good as a base layer. Like I said, around $8 to $10 for these shirts. Very affordable. Now you want a good wool stocking cap, and for me, I always keep a brim hat. I wear glasses, so having a good brim hat is essential. One, to keep the sun off my head, because I keep my hair very short, and two, to keep the rain off my glasses. For the most part, even in a pouring rain, for the most part I can keep my glasses dry and see, with few exceptions. So this hat was like 12 or 13 bucks, and I get that at Academy Sports and Outdoors. It's Magellan. Magellan makes a great line of clothing and stuff, and it's very dependable. I've had great success with it through the years. Speaking of which, my favorite pants, which I've been wearing for years, are Magellan Fish Gear. Magellan Fish Gear are extremely lightweight clothing and extremely durable. It's water, stain, rip, and odor resistant. It's made for taking out fishing, and all that implies was stinky, wet fish. They come with a belt included. They have mesh on the inside pockets in order to keep everything extremely light. These things will dry as you're walking. They dry incredibly fast, and they weigh next to nothing. And it's so easy to just take the legs off them and just use them as shorts, which I do for most of the time, except up north where you have to like sit and scooch down rocks and stuff. Then you definitely want the pant legs. Another great hack during the summer, just to lighten your load up, is to send your heavier stuff away and just get some really lightweight shorts that have built-in underwear. It's like all in one. It weighs like nothing. So that just cuts down the amount of stuff you have to carry. A couple of pairs of these weighs nothing and just helps reduce the size of your pack. Here's something I did splurge for, a mid-layer jacket. I got this on the clearance at REI. I think it's like originally like $160, and I ended up getting it for like a quarter of that, like 60 bucks. So I got a great deal on this Patagonia, and it just weighs nothing. I mean, it weighs nothing, and it keeps you so warm in the cold. It's got a zipper that covers your whole neck, and it's got a little hoodie on it. Well worth the money just to have a good layer up there. Here's my rain suit. which I got at sierratradingpost.com, and I believe it was like 75% off. It was on clearance for both of these. And for the whole extremely lightweight rain suit, I believe I only spent like $50 for it, when originally like the whole thing is like 150 or so. It was, I saved a ton of money on that going at sierratradingpost.com. So my clothing system is, in cold weather, I'll have my socks, my shoes, my hat, base layer, then I'll have a my hoodie, and if it's really cold, I'll wear my rain suit on the outside. And the rain suit does very well in cold weather. And one of the tricks I use is just roll the sleeves up and down, vent the armpits to let excess heat out, and put the hood up and down in order to regulate my body heat. That also works in the spring, when it's in late winter, when it's like really cold and rainy. You know, the rain suit is very essential. Not as much during the summertime. You don't really need it during the summertime, but at both ends of the trail when it's getting really cold, I think a rain suit is essential. You could send it away during the summer. I mean, I almost never used it. One of my rain suit hacks is when it's warm enough and not too cold, I will just strip down to my underpants and socks and just wear the rain suit. And that way I keep my clothes dry inside my pack. And the rain transfers the coolness directly to your skin through the thin material. So you don't really get sweltering hot inside the rain suit, especially if you keep your armpit vents open. So what I do is I wear my rain suit, underpants, and socks, and my brim hat. Now, if it's really raining, I'll put my hood up on my rain jacket and then put my hat on top of that. If it's not raining so much, I'll just put my hood down and just wear my brim hat. Now the hat has like a cloth fabric, and so the top of it gets wet, and that's actually transferring coolness to your scalp and helping your head radiate the heat away. The armpit vents do the same thing. And if it's not raining bad, I can unzip the front of it and just let the overhang of the brim of the hat cover that up, and just let the heat radiate out of the open zipper to keep me from getting too hot. And all that keeps me from like getting really sweaty and uncomfortable inside. Of course, I do put on a lot of body glide every day regardless, and that helps prevent chafing, which is, you know, a perennial problem on the Appalachian Trail. So places like sierratradingpost.com, REI with their online garage sales and in-store garage sales, places like Academy Sports and Outdoors, Walmart. If you know your brands, you can outfit very affordably on the Appalachian Trail. And you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on Columbia or Under Armour or stuff like that. That gear is good, but if you're on a budget and every dollar counts, there is other stuff out there. And sure, if it wears out, you know, well, the underpants are $10. The shirt's like $8 to $10. You know, mine have lasted for an entire thru-hike, so they work for me. These pants, I've used them landscaping, irrigation, tree trimming. That means I was climbing around up in trees. These pants are rugged. For some reason, they keep you warm in the winter, but here in the sweltering Texas heat of over 100 degrees, they keep you cool as well. I have no idea what it is with them. It's like magic material, but it's just very rugged material. So this is my clothing system on a budget. So just look into stuff for yourself. You know, I found these bandanas for like 99 cents at Walmart. That one there, I found in a hiker box in 2015. So it's been with me like 2.5 thru-hikes. I like it. It's kind of fun. So just do your research. You know, look around, get deals. You know, thru-hike doesn't have to break the bank. I can tell you that. I've done 2.5 thru-hikes. I can do it. You know, a lady with a prosthetic leg did it. Blind people have done it. Children have done it. And you can do it too. And I hope to see you out on the trail someday. This is Square Peg with Square Peg Square Reviews. And on YouTube and Facebook, you can check me out, Square Peg's Trail Talk. And you can check me out on the Trail Journal, Square Peg's 2015 AT thru-hike. And Facebook, Square Peg's 2016 thru-hike. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. And see you out on the trail.